They're where 60% of us spend our working lives, and they can take all kinds of forms. But in 2021, the concept of the office is being dramatically reimagined. As the pandemic forced remote working, the home office came to prominence, quickly followed by endless articles and opinion pieces, as we all tried to work out the new normal. But despite the noise and the temptation for some firms to shift permanently to remote working, the events of the past year have actually underlined the importance of offices for many firms and their teams, as spaces critical for creativity, knowledge sharing and collaboration. Face-to-face interaction between humans builds long-term trust and rapport in a way that remote working doesn't. And those things are the very foundation of effective team working. They're the building blocks of creativity. The remote working of 2020 and 2021 has drawn attention to and ultimately helped advance trends that many young people and arguably more progressive organisations already knew, particularly when it comes to where and how we work, the hours we keep, what talented people really want from a workplace, and how we develop trust with our colleagues. Now, the concept of the office is on the brink of a renaissance, and while some social distancing measures will rightly be in place for a period to keep us safe, these spaces could be about to finally fulfil their ultimate potential. This is your new and updated definitive guide on how to build an office after COVID-19. An office is officially defined as a room, set of rooms or building used as a place for commercial, professional or bureaucratic work. But we all know it's much more than that. The location, layout, size, appeal, atmosphere, dimensions and effectiveness of offices all matters. And while business types differ, this complex mix of ingredients must be carefully calibrated. If done well, your office will be a powerful tool in boosting productivity and in attracting and retaining the best talent. Historically, offices were a kind of factory for repetitive and often administrative work. But the shift towards a knowledge economy means different environments are now needed. In the first 2 decades of the 21st century, we began to realise that office environments really matter, but we still carried the baggage of the office's heritage. The renaissance of 2021 is an opportunity to finally shake that. So, in the wake of the pandemic, what does it now take to build a hit office? These are the key things to consider. Choosing the right location before even considering the building itself is critical. A successful office needs to be in a place that the talent you want to attract can easily travel to, and picking a location that's well connected will give you access to the largest talent pool possible. Industry clusters are now driving economic growth in many cities. Situating your business in a district bustling with similar firms will give you easier access to information, technology and talent, helping to raise productivity. But location alone isn't enough. Your building needs to be somewhere that your team actually wants to visit. It must have appeal. Highly skilled people want more than just a place to work. They need places to connect, grab a coffee, share ideas, and escape to. Inside an office itself, appeal is critical. Irrespective of social distancing, the days of battery hen-style cellular offices or grim endless rows of desks are over. Now, agility is key. Just like in our homes, we need different environments for different activities. Teams need spaces where they can form organic, temporary hubs for projects, spaces to co-work and collaborate. Today's best offices are somewhere between a coffee lounge and stylish home. The decor, vibe and feel all matter. Many employers used to think that their people were only at work when they were physically in the office. And while that concept was beginning to fade, 2020 killed it entirely. Different types of people work more effectively at different times of day, especially those in creative roles. Creating a workplace where the focus is on output rather than hours spent in the office is a big factor in creating appeal, especially for high-performing people trying to juggle childcare. Closely linked to appeal is well-being. Any organisation's greatest asset is its people, and when their well-being is prioritised, collaboration, productivity and profitability all improve. Natural light exposes us to vitamin D and helps with mental balance. Architects can increase light by lowering the wall-to-window ratios of offices, and by avoiding deep plans or those slightly depressing internal rooms. Atriums are also a great way of introducing light and creating a focal centre. They're also great spaces for greenery, and planting or even entire indoor trees can help to promote mindfulness and create a good level of indoor air quality, something that sound air filtration and natural ventilation strategies also support. Workstations themselves can have a huge impact on well-being, and should be set up in a way that supports good posture and prevents strain. Many governments around the world have regulations on how to achieve this. Adjustable desks that enable people to stand are, quite literally, rising in popularity. It's likely that we'll need to keep our distance in offices for the short term, and while some architects have devised ways of achieving this within existing office setups, others have imagined entire new offices built around the principles of social distancing, notably emphasising spaces for collaboration and team working. With uncertainty surrounding the pandemic, perhaps the most important thing to emerge from the 2021 office renaissance is the need for flexibility. While the ability to adapt spaces for team working, projects or business restructures is of course needed, at a more fundamental level, building in flexibility is key. Structural frames that create open space which can be easily divided up or reconfigured with non-load-bearing partitions extend the life of an office building and allow them to be easily expanded in the future, avoiding the need for demolition and further redevelopment. Though it was successful for decades, the rigid structure of New York's Woolworth building, once the world's tallest skyscraper, prevented it from adapting to the 21st century office market, and its upper floors have now been converted to apartments. In the wake of the pandemic, many experts predicted the de-densification of offices and a move away from high-rise towers to lower-rise structures. But when it comes to maximising space on small sites and co-locating talent, high-rise offices remain incredibly efficient. In recent years, many of the benefits found in lower-rise campus-style offices have been cleverly brought into skyscrapers. Sydney's Quay Quarter Tower is broken up into a series of vertical villages that are connected by atria, while a rooftop garden creates an appealing and peaceful breakout space in the heart of the city. San Francisco's Salesforce Tower adopts a similar concept, directly challenging the city's many low-rise tech campuses. Despite the uncertainty of the past year, the fundamentals of human behaviour and of the interactions that help us build trust remain unchanged. Far from being the death of offices, this unprecedented moment in our history will likely create a new breed of working environment, one that truly understands modern cultures and psychology, and that finally allows the spaces we know as offices to fulfil their true potential. This video was made possible by Aviva Investors. Learn more about how to construct effective offices at the link below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to get more from the definitive video channel for construction, subscribe to the B1M.